all those people that are affected by crime, especially when someone passed away as a direct result from it, I'm sure it's impossible to forget. Now, if you remember, on the 5th of September 2020, 22-year-old Anthony Adekola, who went by the name of Lizzy, had finished his shift at Marks & Spencer's when he was on his way home on the Graham Park estate when 2 taxis pulled up alongside him and up to 8 GMs got out, all armed with weapons. Now, CCTV showed that Anthony looked back at the 8 people once he crossed the road, all these criminals poised to do harm. He was way outnumbered, and the worst thing was, he shouldn't have anything to fear because he was near his home. This was an area that he was familiar with. He wasn't involved in this type of behaviour, but these gang members didn't care. They were on a quote-unquote ride-out. Now, Anthony, as I said, was in the wrong place at the wrong time, in his own area. Really, he should have been able to walk free, walk home, but because he felt the presence of these 8 people, he had the inkling that he needed to retreat. So, he did the smart thing, he made a run for it, even though he wasn't involved with any kind of altercation. Now, because his adrenaline was pumping so much, he couldn't control his speed. He ended up crashing into a stone wall before falling over. Now, the gang of 8 young men chased him and then they pounced on him immediately, no sooner than he had fell to the ground, and he was knifed several times, target areas, neck, back, head, face. Now, after they were satisfied that their ride-out had become successful, the people responsible entered the waiting taxis and then they all travelled along, went around their business. Anthony was found by his brother and friends, emergency services were called, and doctors even performed emergency surgery at the scene, but sadly Anthony didn't make it. Now, Christian Medina was one of the only people that was acquitted during the first trial, but now he's been found guilty of his role that he played in the fatal stabbing. Now, this came after a jury, as I said, initially failed to reach a verdict on Christian when he was on trial with 3 other people that were found guilty. Condolences to Anthony Adekola. Stay safe. Safe.